Hello, everyone. Very warm welcome to all the parents to the today's webinar, the Kids Memory Booster webinar. It's very much appreciating that you are one of the parents who have spent time on learning and knowing something new on this Sunday that is helpful for you and your kids. And I think there are some more people who will be joining. They must be receiving messages. So I want all of you to remind that this webinar is for parents only and not for the kids, although we are going to talk about the issues related to kids only. And let me introduce you myself. My name is Nimit Mahindroo, and I'm the founder of Cuber Success Academy, and Kavya being the co-founder of it. And I think we should maybe start with knowing about people, where are you all from, which city you're from. Just type in your city in the chat box. I hope the chat box is open for you all. Mm, Just type in your, just say hi or maybe type in your city so that I can know that you are able to message in the chat box. If the session is should be interactive, right? Not one-sided, but interactive. So whosoever is there, just type in your city. So Shriram, it's Sitamarhi. Okay. I don't know where it is, but I think it's here only. And who else? Just type in like Shriram. So, till the time you're writing, we have got people from Noida as well. Okay, it's in Bihar. Great, sir. Thank you very much for sharing. And let more people also join. And so maybe we can start off with the introduction that what exactly is Cuba Success Academy is all about, and what is the problem which we are trying to focus and we are trying to solve, and how we are trying to help you out. So what the problem which we identified is like there is a lot of digitization in the society now post COVID. So the problem which we have identified is like attention deficit, high screen time, learning disorders, lack of focus and concentration, underdeveloped motor skills, lack of soft skills and cognitive growth are the most important psychiatric disorders with a prevalence of 8.1% to 34.7% in children and as adolescents as well, based on the WHO reports. Now, I want to ask you all how many of you have faced any of these things, or if you are able to relate to any of these problems, just type in me, or maybe you can type in the problem as well. Just mention your feedback in the chat box. Maybe you have a kind of attention deficit issue with your child, high screen time. I know that many of you have filled up the feedback form, the registration form where you have mentioned your challenges and expectations from the webinar. But just type in here also that so that I can relate it that whether you really have such type of problems or expectations right now, right? So any of you are having high screen time or noticing high screen time or learning disorder in your child, lack of focus, anyone out there, just type in the chat box. So till the time you're mentioning, I'm just moving ahead with it. So we believe that kids above 7 are suffering. Okay, Trisha says lack of focus. Okay. So we feel that kids above 7 are suffering or may suffer hugely from focus related issue, right? Loss of learning interest. So they do not have interest in learning. Many of the kids do not have interest in learning. Addicted to flashy screens and bleeping devices, okay, which is affecting their focus and concentration level. And also many times it is felt that the current Indian schooling and education system is not sufficient for preteen kids to aim, build, and lead a life of freedom and success in the future because the whole whole dynamics of the markets and the society are changing from the digitization. And going forward, it is going to be even, a lot of, you can have a lot of different things which you may not have imagined right now, right? So that was the problem which we are trying to focus through Cuber Success Academy, right? And we are on a mission to build the world's largest community of preteen young achievers and aspiring leaders from India to global. Now, to fulfill our mission, we believe and have discovered that, even when you basically when you give a textbook to a child, 7 year, 8 year old or 9 year old, then you might not see the curiosity or the learning interest in them. But when you give something, something to play, or they want to play, and then you would see a lot of learning interest in them, right? That is why I feel that learning a Rubik's Cube, not a mobile game or something like this, I'm not asking about that, but learning a Rubik's Cube is the easiest and fastest way to create the learning interest, habit, and curiosity in a preteen kid of 7+ year old. That also helps building their brain and memory power, self-confidence, focus, and willingness to do and aspire more. So once they have developed their interest in learning, right, and they see a sense of achievement and all that, then definitely they can learn. They have interest. They have more interest in learning more and more things. Correct. So this is what we have noticed with the whatever number of parents we have dealt with, their problems and all that. So this is what we have, noticed, and this is what our belief is, that Rubik's cube can definitely create the interest in learning, right? And accordingly, it can move. So we have a vision to collectively empower parents and their preteen kids from India to grow with success mindset, habits, and skills. So we focus on success mindset, habits, and skills to be able to aim, build, and lead a life of freedom and success in their future. Now, success mindset, habits, and skills covers a lot of things like reading, writing, listening, publishing, public speaking, and communication, video making, and editing. So, under in Cuber Success Academy, basically we work on a philosophy of one skill and five outcomes. Correct. So I'll just explain it to you. So we under Cuba Success Academy, we help parents and their 7+ kids that how can they transform their 7+ kid into a confident and effective communicator, a speed cuber, a smart reader, writer, content creator, a youngest coach, speaker through our community and the programs we provide. And that is where one of our flagship program is like Admirer to Legend program. And by being legend, your child becomes one of the youngest speed cuber and coaches in India and also start earning as well, just like Kavyamohindroo. And we basically call them Cubeheads legend. Okay. So that is the title which we have given. Kavya, can you show the PPT? So it will be moving forward. So that was all the definition, we have set for success mindset, habits, and skills. Now, Cuber Success Academy is basically we have we basically have an initiative to empower 100,000 kids of 7+ year old with enhanced brain and memory power, focus, self-confidence, and communication through various Rubik's Cube mastery training program, and help parents raise their kids to rise with success mindset, habits, and skills education. Now, tell me that how many of you have joined this webinar because of because of Rubik's cube, or because of different other problems which I have discussed. Just type in your chat box that how many of you have joined because of the Rubik's cube. What were your expectations that you have joined with? Just type in your chat box and I'll moving forward. Kavi, can you move? So we have got Kavya with us, and I would just okay. So Archana says it's Rubik. Okay, good. So we'll be talking about that as well going forward. Just stay tuned. So I'll just mention about something about Kavya Mandru. Kavya is basically one of India's youngest Rubik's Cube specialists. Youngest by, I mean, at the age of 12 or 13, you would find very few people, at this age, basically trying to coach or trying to teach or trying to transform you. Normally, we see adults doing it, you know. So here we have got Kavya, who's 12 or 13-year-old, whose journey has started from 10 year when she was 10 only. So the transformation journey was started at the age of 10 only, right? And right now she's taking webinars and coaching as well, transforming a lot of children's, right? And transforming habits in them and all those things. So she is one of India's youngest Rubik's Cube specialists and coach for 7+ kids, cubing aspirants and beginners who want to learn and grow in cubing, right? Then she is a certified speed cuber as well. Solved 2 by 2 in 5 seconds at 6 Delhi State Cubing Championship and won the second runner-up trophy as well, and also won more than 20 plus certificates in medal. She's sub 20. That means that she can solve 3 by 3 in less than 20 seconds. Kafi, can you move? Then she has created more than 300 videos on her YouTube channel. You can get a lot of value on different topics. She's the co-founder of Cuber Success Academy as well, and she has trained under the banner of Cuber Success Academy 100+ learners through group coaching program and online courses. So that is all about Kavya. So she'll be taking up the session and covering a lot of other points as well. Okay, so Shriram mentions child concentration. Okay, to teach Rubik's and Rubik. Okay, good. So I guess all of you who are typing, Rubik's Cube and child concentration, you must be definitely aware of the benefits and all the good points of learning Rubik's Cube and improving concentration. So this is how you feel, that there is a need for that, right? Correct. So I think the rules are simple that raise your hand in the reactions in case you have any questions or you want to talk, just raise your hand. It's very simple. Be an active participant, I would say, during the webinar by sending your messages or comments on the chat window. I appreciate that so far you have been, sending your feedback through chat. So that is very good. And keep your camera turned on if you could. I think that would be good. I think Archana has just turned on camera. That's good. Okay. So that is very good. So then keep your mic turned off until you're asked to unmute. You can raise your hand if you want to talk, right? So let's move ahead. So I hope everyone is clear about, the problem and Cuba Success Academy. Now, how we try to do it, that we have got 4 levels of Cuba Success Academy. I'll just go through that, and then we will be starting off with the value part of the webinar, right? So as of now, I think most of you would be at the level 1, which is the Cubehead's admirer. So as of now, you all are like admirers to what we are trying to do. Okay. Now we don't want you just to be an admirer, because admirer, by just being an admirer, it is not transforming. Your kids are not transforming, and the society is not transforming, and we are not seeing a lot of potential kids out there going forward, when they're 13, 14, or maybe teenagers or beyond teenagers. So we want them to move to the different levels. So the other next level is like Cubehead's warrior, and then we have got ninja, and then we have got legend. So if you want to relate with the top level which we are having, so you can basically correlate it with Kavya as of now, and there are others as well which will be showing you in maybe during the webinar or maybe at the end of the webinar. So you have to stick to the webinar so that you can get the maximum value out of it and you can get the full information, right? So these are the 4 levels. In each of the level, we basically help the child to upskill, first of all, upskill themselves. And by upskilling, I just don't mean by just upskilling in Rubik's Cube. But upskilling, I mean that, with one mastery, as I said, that we focus on one skill primarily for a longer time, and there are five outcomes to it, which basically, if you combines, then that will definitely help them to reach to the level of Cubehead's legend. So where you see Kavya as of now, where she's taking webinars and able to earn as well, and she understands money as well, and she's able to coach, transform, and all that things, right? Because that covers a lot of things, communication part, knowledge part, and even brain and memory power, memorization, and all those things. So once you reach to the highest level, definitely you will see a lot of changes and transformation in your child. But that happens gradually. It doesn't happen. Nothing happens overnight, right? Everyone understands this. So let's move on. We will be talking more about these four levels. I hope uh, who is here who wants to know more about these levels, and how basically do you find these levels? Anybody who'd like to mention anything in the chat box or would like to raise the hand? Anything? Anyone? Before we proceed? No one? Okay, I hope everyone is clear with the rules and everything. So you all have to be participative. So just type in whatever you are feeling. If you don't have any question, you can write no questions as no questions also. That is not a problem. So I think Kavi will be talking about. Okay, I'll just give a little bit, just in little bit information about the admirer and the warrior. How does it work basically? So as an admirer, you have the access to Cubehead's admirers FB VIP community. Those who have not joined the FB VIP community for admirers, they should definitely join it. So far, we have got 100 members as of now, and we have grown rapidly in the past few weeks. So I would not want you to miss to join that, because a lot of content from different people, and even from our learners also being uploaded over there, so you can definitely have a lot of value out of that, right? And then we have got free discovery session. We also offer a discovery session, one-to-one discovery session to the admirers, right? But there is a certain criteria to it. So whosoever is willing for a one-to-one discovery session to learn more about it, they can definitely book it. We are offering that free. Okay. Then we have got warrior. If anybody wants to, go to the next level, the warrior level, so we are offering group coaching and mentoring of four primary cubes, 3 by 3, 2 by 2 pyramids and cube, because we feel that these four cubes are the main basic cubes which every child should be knowing and should be mastering, right? So it's a beginner or intermediate level program which is titled as Cubehead Warrior. So once a child is able to complete this level, the kid will be getting the recognition as a warrior, right? And in as a bonus, they will also be getting the t-shirt merchandise of Cubeheads, certificate of completion achievement. And there are two pre-recorded online courses as well, but there will be more online courses for Rubik's Cube, 3 by 3, 2 by 2, so that you can learn at your own convenience. And then access to the warrior community as well, and there are two bonuses as well, free ebooks and the clarity session, and guest coaching and subject matter expert sessions as well under the warrior program. Okay, so this is like a beginner and intermediate program where your child is getting ready for the for the world, for the cubing world, and also not the cubing world, but as a confident communicator also, one can express himself, and a speed cuber, and there are other things as well, reader, writer, content creator as well, right? So let's move on. So there, as I said, there are other two levels as well. Ninja. In the Ninja program, we basically focus on more on the advanced stages of cubing. Learn, for example, where your speed, like I said, that Kavya is like sub 20. So she is able to solve the Rubik's Cube in less than 20 seconds. And there are other people as well who can solve the cube in less than 10 seconds as well. But this journey is little bit, as you keep growing faster and faster, the journey becomes harder, right? So, in the Ninja program, we focus more on the advanced techniques and tricks for solving the cubes and all that. So that is a different level, advanced level program. Okay, where you can expect that your can learn to solve the cube in less than 30 seconds as well, right? So that is another competitive level. And then comes the legend part. In the legend, basically, once your child is basically moving from one step to another step, one level to another level. The child is getting ready for the coaching and the teaching as well. So as a academy, we basically try to, take them as a coach as well, so that your child start teaching other learners as well. Okay, being in the same academy, being trained in the same academy, and also start earning as well, like Ritujan and Kavyamohindroo, and there are others as well who are at the Cubits legend level. Okay, so this is just a brief of Ninja and Legend, but definitely there are more outputs and more outcomes. As I said, that we work on one skill and five outcomes, and there are other soft skills, which are being trained in the same program, so that your child is able to communicate well, understand well, and process well, brain and memory power, and all those things, right? So I hope these levels are clear. Whoever is clear with these levels, just type in clear. Just type in clear in the chat box. Kavya, can you move on with the next one?
Yes. All right.
So
So,
what way? I think now I'm handing it over to Kavya. Okay, Sirisha has written clear. What about others? Does anyone has any questions as of now? So just type in here, because I hope everyone should be clear about it before we move on, or we will be covering about this in some detail in the later part of the webinar also. But if you want to ask any question, you can raise your hand and maybe chat, type in the chat box. So Kavya, I think you can start off with the next part of the webinar.
all right. Okay. So, well, um, now let us understand what are we going to be covering in the webinar further, right? So we have lots to cover in this webinar, and I'm sure this webinar is going to be very valuable for you. So one second, yes. So now what are we going to be covering is we are going to be covering the top 9 ways to improve your child's focus and concentration. We will cover the top 4 key secrets that will help your child transform into the 5 outcomes that my dad also mentioned, into a confident communicator, into a content creator, one of the youngest coaches and trainers, a speed cuber, a smart reader, and a lot more. So we're going to be covering those top 4 key secrets. Then the most interesting part comes over here. We are also going to be discussing some incredible data insights about a child's screen time. So these data insights are going to be from Common Sense Media, they're going to be from WHO reports, Pew Research Center, and other centers and other research areas as well. After that, we will also be covering how you can be a hero parent for your child, what could be the best and the fastest way to improve your child's focus and concentration, and to experience those 5 outcomes. All right, so we're going to be covering lots of more things. So let us quickly begin with this. But one thing I would also like to mention is that if you want to know all of these things, if you want to know the incredible data insights, the top 9 ways, if you want to know the solution to reduce your child's high screen time, if you want to know the solution to your problems, like some of you mentioned lack of focus is your problem, right? If you want to know the solution to that problem and how to fix that, if you want to know the solution to learn not just one Rubik's cube but four Rubik's cubes, if you want to know the top 4 secrets, learn how to be a hero parent for your child, you need to be with me, be with us right up till the end of the webinar. Because if you stay till the very end of the webinar, then only you will be able to get to know all of this. So how many of you right now commit to me that you're going to stay till the very end of the webinar? Type in me in the chat box if you do. And yes, please do turn on your cameras. Okay, so Sirisha has said me. Anyone else who commits that they're gonna stay till the end of the webinar? Okay, so till the time you are writing your me's, let us move on. Okay, so Shri Ram sir has also said me. And anyone else? All right. Okay, no problems. So let us move ahead. And also, yes, I forgot this point. We will all, if you stay till the end of the webinar, you're also going to be getting a surprise. So to all those who love surprises, if you want this wonderful, valuable and knowledgeable surprise, then you need to stay till the very end of the webinar. So first of all, let us begin with the top 9 ways to improve your child's focus and concentration. But before starting with this, I would like to ask you, how many of you think that focus is a serious problem? How many of you think it's a serious problem, and how many of you do not think it's a serious problem? So if you think it's a serious problem, type in yes. And if you think it's not a serious problem, type in no. Yes or no. Quickly, okay? Quickly. Just quickly type it out. Yes or no. Okay. So I'll be waiting for your yeses and no. Okay, so Sirisha says yes. Sriram says yes. Okay, wonderful. Well, now you're saying I am pretty glad that you all know how serious the problem of focus is, right? But a lot of people, they do not understand how important improving focus is for 7 plus kids. And that is absolutely fine, okay? Everyone has different opinions. But let me tell to you today, right now, why is improving focus very much important for 7 plus kids, okay? So the first reason is learning and skill development. If your child is able to focus well, they'll be able to focus better on their studies, on productive things, and they will be, sharply focused, laser focused towards it. If they focus on that particular thing, they'll obviously be able to get better results. They will be able to understand better as compared to if they do not focus. So this, if your child is very well focused, that will help them in learning and skill development. Increase in focus, good focus also helps in improving your problem solving skills, improving your time management skills, stress reduction. As your child grows up into bigger grades and as your child gets elder, there will be a lot of study pressure on them, right? Like I'm in 7th, we have exams and all, right? So we have to study for that. If you focus on studying, if you have a good focus, if you're able to focus on studying, if you're able to focus on learning, if you're able to focus on what's going on in class, you won't be as much stressed as you will be when you're not focusing. And that is why if you focus, your stress will also be reduced. It will not be that high. Then focusing also improves social skills. Social skills are basically the skills to bond with people, to make new connections, to make new friends, to make new networks, the communication skills that are needed. So improve and focus will also help you improve your social skills. Then if you have a good focus, you will have reduced risk of ADHD symptoms. So ADHD is basically short for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and it basically happens because of lack of focus. All right, if your child is less focused, if your child is hyperactive, they're going through ADHD, right? So if your child's focus is increased, if you work on your child's focus, if you help your child to enhance their focus, that will also reduce the risk of the ADHD symptoms. Moving on to long term success, all the successful people you see today, whether that's Cristiano Ronaldo, whether that's Messi, whether that's Elon Musk, whether that's Steve Jobs, they are one biggest reasons why they're successful is because they have definitely worked hard. They were definitely consistent and committed to achieving their goals, but along with that they were also focused in achieving their goals. That provided them long term success. Being focused also builds empathy and compassion, prevents high screen time, and will help your child get better and faster results. So, how many of you are clear with why improving focus is important for 7 plus kids? Type in CL in the chat box if you're clear. CL. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Alright, so I'll be waiting for your CLs. So, okay, thank you everyone for typing in CL. And the ones who are not typing, come on. You just have to type two letters, like two letters, how tough it can be. It's just C and L, just type it out. And also, those who have not turned on their cameras, please, I would request you to turn on your cameras. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Okay, so now coming to the top 9 ways to improve your child's focus and concentration, and the number one way, which is totally an amazing way, and that is gifts. Provide them gifts. For example, I'll give you an example. You want your child to do their homework, to complete their homework, all right, by today. What you can tell them, instead of forcing them or pushing them again and again, do your homework, और उनको डांटना, थप्पड़ मारना, उनको ये कहना that if you don't do your homework you would not go to park, you would not play, I won't talk to you. Not doing anything like that, because those could be some really not appropriate ways. What you can tell your child to do is, if you do your homework and if you complete it by today, I'm gonna give you a chocolate. Okay, or whatever. Maybe some kids don't like chocolate. I've never met a kid who does not like chocolate, so that's why I took that example. But you could take any other examples. For example, if you'd complete your homework today, I am going to be taking you to the movies, like taking you to watch a movie the next day or next weekend. I'm going to buy you an ice cream. I'm going to buy you a good toy that you want. I am going to buy you choco pies. I'm going to give you a Rubik's cube, whatever, right? If you say that to them, and if you actually do that, you have to do that, you have to give them the gift, or else the trust level will go low. If you do not give them the gift, and if you promise them you'll give them the gift, they won't ever trust you again, right? So when you say you're giving them a gift, tell them that, and then actually give them a gift. So promise a gift that you can actually give. So that is one way to get your child to be focused on doing a particular task. Okay, any questions in this number one way? So please type that out in the chat box or raise your hand. I'm going to be taking them after we complete this. Okay, number two is focus on one task in one day. There is no need to do so many tasks in one day. There is no need to do so many homeworks, so many classes in one day, because one day is 24 hours, right? In 24 hours we sleep for 8 hours, we have lunch, dinner, and blah 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 blah. Approximately you could have 8 hours in a day to work, right? Just tell your child to focus on one task in one day. If today is the day, and today I want you to complete your maths homework, So today, just tell them to complete their maths homework. Not that कि maths homework भी करो, हिंदी homework भी करो, English homework भी करो, science भी करो, EVS भी करो, जो भी subjects है सारे homework खत्म कर दो. That will give them more and more pressure, more and more stress. That is not going to increase their focus. That is just going to help them do multitasking, and multitasking is not a good thing because it never ever improves your focus. It just clutters your mind more, and we don't want cluttered minds. We want focused minds. If you want them to focus, if you want them to be clear, you need to tell them to focus on one task, only one task in one day. You know, it could be 2 tasks, 3 tasks, कुछ छोटे मोटे होंगे तो चलेगा, but one task is like the necessary one. Number 3 is to meditate for 15 minutes a day and breathe. Okay, when you meditate, you relax your mind, you calm down your mind. How many of you over here, you practice meditating, not every day, but yes, you do meditation? Type in M in the chat box. M for monkey. M. All right, till the time you're writing, I'm just going to continue with it. So, and if you do not meditate, okay, Shri Ram does meditate. So, Shri Ram, sir, I think you would know that how important meditation is and how it helps to clear mind. Have you experienced some change, or have you experienced some, transformation after meditating? Just type that out in the chat box. That any changes or anything you've seen in yourself after meditation. Yep, so till the time you're typing it out, I'm just gonna continue. So yes, if you are meditating 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but if you're meditating every single day, that will become a habit, and that habit is a very good habit. Maybe you will not see changes right now. Maybe you will not see changes in your child for 1 day, for 2 days, for 1 week, for 2 weeks, for maybe even 1 month. But later on, as your child grows up, they will have very less cluttered mind and very much more focused minds, and they will have very less chances of being pressured, of being stressed, because meditation helps you calm down your mind. Okay, number 3 was that. Now number 4 is scheduling your day. If you have a complete schedule of what do you have to do in the day, you don't have to waste 1 hour of your time thinking कि भाई मैं अभी क्या करूं. If I honestly tell you, I have this friend of mine, okay, and I ask her, like, whenever I talk to her, I ask her that what are you doing right now. मैं स्कूल से घर आ जाती हूँ, and sometimes I talk to her on WhatsApp, on chat, that what are you doing right now. What she says is, I'm thinking. Every single time she says that I'm thinking. Then I used to think that she's a very thoughtful person, she's a very smart person, that oh, she's thinking, right? But when I asked her, what are you even thinking about, right? So she said, I'm thinking about what I should do right now. I asked her that. Okay, after 1 hour of time, I asked her again, what are you doing right now? Again she said she's thinking about what should she do right now. And that is a total wastage of time. Now just imagine if she had a schedule, if she had a calendar, a timetable, where she has written that 4 to 5 I need to do this, 5 to 6 I need to do this, 6 p.m. I'll go to the park. She would not have ever answered me that I'm thinking what to do right now. She would have answered me what she's doing right now. And that is exactly why when you schedule your day, you are totally clear that this is what you have to do. And when you're clear with this is what you have to do, you're full focus in that task, no distractions are there. Number 5 way is nutrition. न्यूट्रिशन इज वेरी वेल इंपॉर्टेंट. जैसे कहते हैं ना, बादाम खाने से दिमाग तेज होता है, आंखें अच्छी होती है. अखरोट खाने से दिमाग तेज होता है, राइट? वी ऑल से दैट, राइट? एंड there are other things as well which I don't really remember, but my dadi always says that कि ये खाओगे ये हो जाएगा, वो खाओगे ये हो जाएगा. Like that, there are some vegetables, there are some nutrients, some things that when you eat, that will help you in what? In improving your concentration and in improving your focus. For example, if you have enough water every single day, if your child drinks enough water, not just in summer but in other seasons too, that will help them increase their focus. Having milk, eggs, fish, meat, oats, omega 3, that helps you in improving your focus. So, like that, there are other nutrition items as well that will help you in improving your focus and concentration. Number 6 is playing brainstorming games. Brainstorming games, there are some mobile games, but I would not really recommend to play mobile games क्योंकि उससे screen time बढ़ता है and they are not also too effective. All right, but still, you could play it for some time. Rubik's Cube is a wonderful brainstorming game which you could play. Chess is a wonderful brainstorming game. Then Sudoku is a wonderful brainstorming game. There is this game called Memory Game. How many of you are aware of memory games? So that is also a wonderful game to play, right? So like that, you go on Amazon or anywhere, you search brainstorming games for kids. You will get a lot of options, but according to me, the best one is the Rubik's Cube, as it is a very easy game to solve. It is a very easy mental sport, I would say, and it is a very quick to learn mental sport as well. That helps in improving a lot of areas, like focus, like memory power, like problem solving skills. That also improve your motor skills, cognitive abilities, and so much more. Okay, seventh one is to take fun breaks. Now I want you all to tell me one thing. Okay, whatever you do, whatever work you do, whether that's housework, whether that's office work, whether that's any work you do, if you're doing that work for 5 whole hours straight, 5 hours straight, कुछ ब्रेक नहीं लिया, हिले ही नहीं हो आप अपनी सीट से, जिस 2 मिनट का ब्रेक लिया होगा, पूरे 5 घंटों में 2 मिनट का ब्रेक लिया होगा, या 4 मिनट का लिया होगा, या 10 मिनट का लिया होगा, 5 घंटों में, like in 5 hours, won't you get tired? Would you be really, so energetic, so active while doing that work for 5 whole hours? Just answer me that. Wouldn't you get tired? If you would get tired, if you would get exhausted, type in yes. And if you would not, you're absolutely okay with working that, type in no. Okay, type in yes or no. Because if I tell you about me, I would definitely get tired and exhausted if I am doing work, if I'm doing anything for 5 whole hours without taking any breaks. So, how can you see this? Yes, absolutely, right? So, how can any child who is 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, or even elder than that, how can they work? How can they study or do anything for so many hours without taking a break? And this actually happens. I've seen many parents do that they make their child sit for so many hours and don't even let them get up, don't even let them go out, don't even let them take a 15 minutes walk or watch TV for some time, have some fun breaks. But that needs to happen. If you want your child to focus, ज़्यादा उनके ऊपर प्रेशर डालने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. It is just like that you work for 1 hour and you take a 15 minutes break after that and have a fun break, play some game, talk to a friend, go to the park, go on the swings, run, exercise, watch TV also for 15 minutes only, or watch something, do some entertainment, anything like that, but take fun breaks. Number 8, thank you everyone for typing in. Number 8 is having a good sleep. Having a 7 to 8 hours of sleep is very much important. If your child sleeps in the afternoon, that's also pretty good. But I don't sleep in the afternoon because अगर मैं दोपहर को सो जाती हूँ तो मुझे रात को नींद नहीं आती, which is very much not comfortable for me. So 8-1 is a good sleep. Have a 7 to 8 hours of good sleep because sleep helps your brain to be active, helps your brain to be well performing for the next day. And number 9, the last way, not the last way, the last but not the least way, is the goal setting. Set goals. If you set one goal for one day, for example, if I say that today I have to finish watching this particular video of this course. Maybe I'm doing a course, maybe I'm doing a Rubik's Cube course, right? 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube course. And I tell to myself, I write it down somewhere, my today's goal is to complete one video, only one video of that course. That is a very much achievable goal. If I've written that down somewhere, if I've set this goal, I will focus on achieving that goal. Okay, now tell me any goals. Write down in the chat any of your goals or any one goal that you think could be for your child for today, because it's just almost 1 p.m. So I think we have a lot of time to finish one goal. So give me one goal in the chat box that you want your child to complete by today. So till the time you're writing that down, let us move on. Okay, wait. Till the time you're writing that down, I would also want to say that these were the 9 ways to improve your child's focus and concentration. If these were valuable for you, just give me a thumbs up in chat, in the videos, if your videos is on, but none of your videos is on. So if you can turn, okay, yes. So Sriram has given me a thumbs up. Wonderful. Sirisha has given me a thumbs up. Okay, great. That's pretty good. So now, moving on now, I would like to ask you a question. The ones who are typing out their goals, that is absolutely fine if you cannot type out this thing right now, but take your time, okay? So now, my question to you all is, how many of you think that today's digital technology is affecting kids and their future? Please type in me in the chat box if you think that. And the ones who are typing out their goals, absolutely fine. Take your time to type out the goals. Yep. But the ones who are not typing out, please, please, please go ahead and type me in the chat box. All right. So thank you, Sriram. Thank you, everyone, for typing out me in the chat box. So I'm glad you think that today's digital technology is affecting kids and the future. That basically means that you're aware about this problem, right? And that's pretty cool. Now, my next question to you all is, and this is the last question, okay? How much time does your child spend on screen in one day? How much time does your child spend on screen in one day? I know I did not have to repeat that twice, but I still did it. I have no idea why, but forget that. And please type in the number of hours your child spends on screen in a day. Exact number of hours, okay? For example, if your child spends 2 hours, write 2 hours. 3 hours, 3 hours, just write it down. And I'm going to be waiting for your answers over here till the time I'm drinking water. So go ahead and type. Okay. So Sirisha says 2 to 3 hours. Wonderful. Thank you, Sirisha. Sriram sir says 1 hour. Anyone else? Okay, wonderful. Thank you all for typing out, and the ones who are not typing out, please just write the number of hours that your child spends on the screen in a day, because I am well aware that all of the kids, in fact me as well, they do spend some time on screen. Absolutely they do, right? So please, please, please just move your fingers and click on that number, send that. That's all you need to do, and then just listen after that. Okay, so wonderful. Now, I am going to be sharing with you those data insights that I promised you in the beginning as well. And these data insights are from WHO, Common Sense Media, Brainly, The Telegraph, Pew Research Center, and other centers, other research areas as well. Okay, now the first media report that I would like to show you is about where is this technology being used. Now, before that, I would like to mention, some of you mentioned 2 to 3 hours, 1 hour, right? So right now, it may be 2 to 3 hours. Right now, it may be 1 hour. But with the rapid growth of technology, as technology is growing day by day, hour by hour, and second by second, whatever, it is growing a lot. In the next 2 to 3 years, and the next 5 years, or maybe less than that, or maybe in the next year itself, your child screen time could actually grow 2x more, 3x more. And I'm not saying that, research is. And I'll tell you some more things as well. So, where is this technology time being used? Now, this is a report by Common Sense Media. It shows it shows where tweens who are the pre-teenagers, right? Who are around 11 years, 12 years, who are 8 to 12-year old, and teenagers who are 13 plus. Where do these two age groups spend their time? So television mein blue color is used for tweens, purple color, whatever color that is used for teenagers. So it shows 65% of tweens spend their time every day on television according to 2021, and 49% of teenagers spend their time every single day on television. You can read for online videos, for mobile games, for reading, for video games, for social media, virtual reality, podcasts, and other things as well. Now, over here, why am I showing you this? If you observe over here, very less people, very less tweens and teens give time on productive activities. For example, if you see podcasts, you can see 2% of tweens 2% of tweens are only spending time on podcasts. Only 2%. And podcast is something productive that helps them grow. But are maximum people spending time over here? No. रीडिंग में फिर भी है, लेकिन ऑनलाइन वीडियोस, यूट्यूब वीडियोस, एंटरटेनमेंट वीडियोस से तो कम है, टेलीविजन से, कार्टून से, मूवीज से तो कम है, सोशल मीडिया के कंजम्पशन से तो कम है, राइट? All these things, if you see, watching movies, watching cartoons on the television is unproductive. Consuming reels and shorts on social media is unproductive. And over there, most of the tweens and teenagers are spending time. In fact, a psychologist called Dr. Eric Sigman from The Telegraph. Telegraph is basically a media report channel, right? From there, has said that children these days spend more time watching TV than at school. And this psychologist, Dr. Eric Sigman, has actually warned about this. And he also says that a child born today will have spent a full year glued to screens as soon as they turn 7. And if not 7, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, or maybe just in the next 1 year or a couple of months. We don't know what is going to happen, but according to Dr. Eric Sigman, your child could have spent a full year glued to screens, could be completely glued to the screens if you do not take action on this problem as of now. And if you see, so this is another report by Common Sense Media which shows how much time is given to technology according to 2015, 2019 and 2021. Now, I am not at all saying that this much time your child also gives. ये exact time होने वाला है जो आपका बच्चा भी दे रहा है. But what I'm saying over here is, this is the average number of hours given on screen time by tweens and teens. 2015 में tweens का screen time था 4 hours 36 minutes. 2019 में 4 घंटे I don't know how to say 44 in Hindi, okay? So 4 hours 44 minutes in 2019, and in 2021 it increased to 5 hours 33 minutes. Teenagers ka average number of hours of screen time 6 hours 40 minutes on 2015, 7 hours 22 minutes in 2019, and 8 hours 39 minutes in 2021. Now moving on, this is another report that shows the exact number of hours that are going on different activities. तो आप इसमें देख सकते हो, tweens में 2019 में 2 hours 30 minutes जाते थे टेलीविजन में, 2 hours 40 minutes जाते थे टेलीविजन में in 2021. Teenagers का 2 hours 53 minutes जाते थे टेलीविजन में in 2019 and 3 hours 16 minutes on television in 2021. अब इसमें भी आप देखोगे, e-reading, content creation, and these e-reading and content creation, that are the productive stuff. उसमें कितने minutes जा रहे हैं, कितने घंटे जा रहे हैं, घंटे तो जा ही नहीं रहे हैं, minutes ही जा रहे हैं. 8 minutes on content creation and 7 minutes and 9 minutes on e-reading. एंड टीनेजर्स में थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, लेकिन तब भी इतना तो नहीं बड़ा. कंटेंट क्रिएशन में 12 मिनट्स एंड 20 एंड 14 मिनट्स. ई रीडिंग में 15 मिनट्स. That is all that is going on these productive stuff, but maximum number of hours are going where? On the unproductive stuff, on the consumption part. And that is something you parents need to be aware of. Okay, moving on. So now I've explained you what is basically happening with the screen time, where is the technology time being used, how much hours is given to technology time. And what we have found out is that most of the technology time that children spend, whether that's of tweens or teenagers, that is unproductive and that is very excessive. So now, how is this excess, improper use of technology actually ruining your child's future? And what will happen if this excess, improper use of technology is not in control? That will cause your child lack of focus, laziness, obesity, lack of self-confidence, ADHD, sleep problems, getting distracted most of the time, getting bored easily, poor brain and memory power, unhealthy growth of a child, falling grades, low energy and activeness, depression, lack of interest in studying and learning, aggressiveness, lack of social skills, and a list of other items as well. You can see it reduces creativity of kids, it causes learning disorders, it causes high wastage of time, unable to stick to tasks that are time consuming, hyperactive behavior, not able to pay attention in the class or while learning. And trust me, there are so many more things that can happen if this excess, improper use of technology is not controlled. All right. And this is another report that shows the number of hours of screen time at home per week across age group. So you can read this. A child of 2 years old has 14.2 hours of screen time a week. 2 to 6 years old, 25.9 hours. 6 to 13 years old, 31.5 hours. 13 to 18 years old, a teenager, 43.6 hours. A parent, 39.4 hours. And you can see the number of hours spent by a teenager per week is more than the number of hours spent by a parent. All right. And if this technology time, if this excess, improper use of technology time is not controlled at the right time, is not taken action on at the right time before it gets too late, then it is surely going to start polluting your child's brain. You will have no idea what they are watching on their phones, what they're watching on their laptops, what they are doing over there, how much time they're spending on it, and it will start definitely polluting your child's brain. It will start reducing their focus even more and more, reducing their brain memory power. That will affect them on their grades, affect them on their behavior, overall personality, if not controlled at the right time. So, well, how many of you are now wondering that how to stop the child screen time? If you are wondering that, type in me in the chat box if you are. If you want to know the solution to stop the child screen time, type in me in the chat box. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sarasha. Anyone else? All right. Okay. So now, well, all those who are wanting to stop their child's screen time, let me tell you something, and that is that this is a wrong question to ask, because we cannot stop the child's screen time, and we do not even have to stop. Just imagine there is nothing without screen time. This webinar is also being conducted on technology. This is also screen time. If you do your office work, that also happens on a laptop or screens or phones, whatever. Want to make a phone call? Use the phone. That's screen time. Want to order something? Use your phone. That's the thing. Want to watch a video? That use your phone or laptop or TV, whatever. Anything you want to do, whether that's even productive, you do it with screen time. and technology is the future. So why do we have to stop it? But the right question to ask is, how can we reduce the screen time and make technology time more productive for 7 plus kids? As I showed you that the technology time of these kids are getting is getting unproductive. Actually, yesterday only we went to someone's house, and over there a second grader who was around 8 years old. I was totally shocked that he had spent all the time we were at his house, all the time, maximum of his time. What he was doing, he had his phone on YouTube, he was scrolling through shorts. Not just that, I know a lot of other kids as well who spend more than 2 hours, more than 3 hours, more than 4 hours just scrolling through the YouTube shorts, just scrolling through Instagram reels. That is unproductive screen time, and we need to turn it to productive. So, well, there are two sides of a screen time. One is a good side, one is a bad side. Just like every movie has a hero and a villain, not every movie, but some movies has a hero and villain. Screen time also has two sides, a hero side and a villain side. Now, you decide, it is your choice, which side do you want your child to be following. That is totally your choice. If you do not want to take action on this problem, if you do not care about this problem, your child is definitely going to be going towards the negative side of the screen time, going to be following the negative side, and that is going to affect them a lot. While the good side, if your child follows the good side of screen time, that will help your child become more independent, prepare them for the future, help children learn more effectively and properly. Now, what could be some examples of a good usage of technology time? It is content creation. Rather than just scrolling through reels and shorts, create create content. Content creation is not just making videos, not just taking up a phone and making videos. Well, that's a pretty good idea because that improves your communication skills. In fact, even I improve my communication skills by creating videos. Create videos. That is productive. Write blogs, write stories, write books, write articles. If I wrote a book at 10 years of age, your child can too. Write blogs, write, make posters, anything like that. These all come under good usage of technology time. Learning Rubik's Cube and learning mind games such as Rubik's Cube, reading books, reading blogs, reading case studies, is watching podcasts, is a good usage of screen time. While on the other hand, bad usage of screen time causes lack of focus and concentration in kids, high increase of mental and physical diseases and disorders in children, जैसे ADHD, learning disorder, behavior disorder, obesity, falling grades. Maybe this high screen time, if your child does have high screen time, maybe it is not affecting them as of now. But if you think 2 to 3 years later, if you think as they grow up into a teenager, as they get to 13, they will completely be glued to screens if they are not taught this, if they are not taught to how to use their screen time productively. Okay, and some examples of bad usage of technology is only consumption. As I gave an example of scrolling through YouTube shorts and reels, that is very much fun. पता ही नहीं चलता है कि जब आप scroll कर रहे हो तो 2 घंटे कहाँ बीत गए, because it is so addictive, literally. I was focusing on something else, and beach mein I by mistake click on that reels option on Instagram, by mistake, and I saw this wonderful reel with cute puppies and cute cats and all. Right? I saw that reel, I was so attracted to it. I scrolled down, I kept scrolling down, kept scrolling down. जो भी मैं काम कर रही थी मैं भूल ही गई मैं क्या कर रही हूँ. 1 घंटा I spent on just scrolling videos, and I had no idea that 1 hour had gone. And then when I just saw the time, it was like, oh my god, 1 hour has gone past by, and I have no idea what I'm doing. It is very addictive. But if you break this habit, of course, it's going to take some time, but it is important to break this habit. Watching TV and playing video games is another example for bad usage of screen time. So now, how many of you are clear with this so far? Type in C, no wait. How many of you have found all this value very valuable, found all the things that I told you valuable, type in VVV. That stands for value, value, value. Okay, all the people quickly go ahead. I want maximum people to be typing it out. Yes, wonderful. Thank you. And if you've understood all of this, type in you in the chat box. If you have any doubts, raise your hand. If you have any doubts, you can also type it in the chat. No problem in that. Wonderful. Great. Now we are going to be moving to some other part, and that is even more valuable because those are the top four key secrets in transforming your child into a confident communicator. Wait, yes, I have these. Into a confident communicator, a speed cuber, smart reader, content creator, and a youngest coach or a trainer. Now, I'm so sorry I'm asking you to do so much hard work and type and all these things in the chat box. But this boosts up the engagement. So I would not like to be the only one talking over here. I would want some engagement points from you guys as well, right? So if you want your child to be transformed with these five outcomes, if you want your child to experience all these five outcomes, type in five in the chat box if you do. If you want your child to become a confident communicator, speed cuber, a smart reader, a content creator, and a youngest coach and a trainer, type in five in the chat box. Yes, wonderful. So I'm seeing more people getting engaged. So thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much. Okay, wonderful. Great. Now, these are basically the four key secrets that helped me get all these outcomes. And I believe that if applied these four key secrets properly, if you understand the power of these four key secrets, and if you're ready to invest your time into applying these four key secrets, right, these five outcomes will definitely come to your child, will definitely these five outcomes you will definitely see in your child if you apply these four key secrets correctly and properly. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you these four key secrets in my story, how I develop these five outcomes with these four key secrets. So I want you to keep your minds, keep your eyes, keep your ears very much open, because in this story I'm going to be revealing these four key secrets, so you need to be very much observant and quick to catch these four key secrets. So are you all ready for this story? Type in ready in the chat box. I'm seriously telling, this is the last time I'm asking you to type anything in the chat box for now. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let us begin. So well, this is me this is me 2 to 3 years ago. And I'm so sorry I'm asking you to do this again. But how many of you actually think that I really look different from 2 to 3 years ago and from now? Like, do you see that difference? Seriously. If you do, then type in yes. If you think that I look different than I was looking 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 years ago. Yes, definitely, right? Okay, so this is me 2 to 3 years ago, and 2 to 3 years ago, I was a really shy introvert. Okay, I seriously did not like speaking. I did not at all used to even speak, and I was afraid of speaking. Speaking used to be my biggest fear at that time, one of my biggest fears at that time. And in fact, sorry, and in fact, in every single PTM, I think you all are aware of PTMs, right? In every single PTM, parent teacher conference, parent teacher meeting that we used to have, every single time the teachers used to say that Kavya bolti nahi hai, Kavya is so shy, Kavya is such an introvert, Kavya does not participate in class, Kavya does not Kavya is not active, she does not at all speak, she has very less communicational skills, blah, 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 blah. Every single time. I tell you, since pre-nursery till fifth grade or fourth grade, fourth or fifth grade, the same feedback used to come. Starting from pre-nursery till fourth or fifth grade. For all these years, every single time in the PTM, this feedback used to come. And because of this, my dad decided to take action in this, and my dad and I, we started creating videos. Okay. So what did I do? Huh. Okay, yes. So my dad and I, we started creating videos. Now, creating videos seriously has helped me so much. I mean, I used to hate creating videos before, but my dad never gave up on creating videos. We kept creating videos, kept creating videos, kept creating videos till 2 to 3 years. And today, as my dad also mentioned in the beginning of the webinar, we have created 300 plus videos on our YouTube channel. More than that, we've also created a course. We are also doing group coaching sessions. We are also doing programs. We are also teaching, coaching, taking webinars and all. And all of this started just from creating videos. My communication, overall communication, improved from creating videos, and that is how powerful creating videos is. Not just that, but we also got these certificates of 200 plus uploads, 100 plus subscribers and all. Then we got featured on Daily Hunt, Inc. 91 and other press media releases as well. And for all of this, all thanks goes to my dad, who never gave up on me for creating videos, who was never tired of spending 4 hours, 5 hours, and all his energy to create videos, but he was ready to do this. And that is why today my communication has improved so much and my confidence has improved so much. All right. So now moving on, the second part of the story, right? So during 2020, जब कोविड आया था इंडिया में, as schools were all shut down, we started reading books during COVID-19. And I honestly tell you, I used to love writing and I used to love telling stories. Okay. Writing and telling stories was one of my greatest hobbies, was one of my greatest passions. All right. It still is actually. And once I was sitting on a bed with a piece of paper in my hand and with a pen in my hand, and I wrote a couple of stories, 7 or 8 stories, right? I showed them to my whole family, and at the last, I showed it to my dad. My dad really appreciated those stories and he really liked them. But along with that, after a bit of editing, after a bit of tweaks and talks and all that, he published all those 7 stories into my first debut book, which was called Kavya's Bag of Short Stories, volume number 1, in 2020. And this was my first ever book that got published. And when I see other kids reading it, other people reviewing this book, it feels so proud that yes, this is the book written by me. On this book, my name is written. जैसे रस्किन बॉन्ड की बुक पढ़ते हो, सुधा मूर्ति की बुक पढ़ते हो, जेके रोलिंग की पढ़ते हो, उधर ऑथर का नाम लिखा होता है ना. In this book, you will find my name written, and that feels so proud and that feels so exciting when this happens. And for this, and then I also got invited as a special invitee in Golden Apples of God, Never Cease to Amaze, and a new book called Gems 4 as well. And for this as well, all thanks goes to my dad, who figured out this talent of mine and who published this book, which I never ever thought that would happen. He published it and he made the impossible possible. All right. Then the last part of the story is, in 2020, I had poor brain and memory power, focus, and high unproductive screen time. So, like many of you said, that your child also has lack of focus, right? Even I was facing those problems 2 to 3 years ago, and I had very bad grades. Okay, and because of this, my dad and I, we started learning the 3x3 Rubik's cube. Okay, we started with the 3x3 Rubik's cube. What I thought was, बस Rubik's cube ही तो है, इससे क्या ही हो जाएगा, right? It is just a toy, it is just a puzzle, I just need to solve it, right? It took me a few weeks to learn to solve it, 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I don't kind of remember. Okay, but after I learned this Rubik's cube, it helped me so much in improving my focus, so much in improving my brain and memory power, and along with that, it also helped me reduce my high screen time. Now, if I have if I'm getting bored, I don't have this only one option of picking up my phone and playing video games, but I have two options. Whether should I pick up my phone or Rubik's cube? And now that I know that the phone is not good for me, not good for my health, I pick up the Rubik's Cube. And this Rubik's Cube is not as addictive as the phone, but it is very much addictive that it can definitely attract your child. It can definitely get your child to solve it, get your child curious to learn this thing. Not just that, but learning the Rubik's Cube helped me win a lot of medals and awards in Rubik's Cube. Then we also did, we started teaching our learnings. We started coaching other kids as well. So right now we take programs as well. We make courses as well. We did group coaching sessions as well, which we do as of now as well. And today I'm one of India's youngest Rubik's Cube specialists and coaches for 7+ kids and all. And I think you already know this all, as it was shared in the beginning of the webinar as well. So, well, that was my story. And one main person who made all of this happen, who is the reason why I'm here today, is my dad. My dad was the hero for me, is the hero for me, and he was the one who made it all happen. Okay, now coming to our top 4 key secrets. First of all, how many of you found this story interesting? Type in I in the chat box if you found it interesting. I for ice cream. And I love ice cream. And I'm gonna eat ice cream after my lunch today because I'm really eager to eat ice cream today. Yes, wonderful. Okay, now the first key secret that was shared in the story is reading, writing, listening, and publishing. It is reading books that help you gain your knowledge and learn more. Writing that helps you improve your writing skills, that helps you improve your vocabulary, your lexicon. So, lexicon is another word for vocabulary. My English teacher taught me this. That helps you improve your imagination skills, right? Listening and publishing. This is our very first key secret, okay? Number 2 secret is creating videos. If you want your child to improve their communication skills, you need to help them create videos. It's gonna be hard at first. What did I tell you? It took me 2 to 3 years to come at this level. It's gonna take time. It's obviously gonna take time. It's gonna be hard. But as a parent, you know you're never gonna give up on your child, like my dad never gave up on me. You need to motivate your child to create videos. You need to encourage them to create videos, right? Maybe in a fun way. Don't force them. But as I told you, the focus ways, how to increase their focus, you can apply them out. The third key secret is our one and only Rubik's Cube. That helps in boosting your brain and memory power, that helps in enhancing your focus, reduces your screen time, and so much more. And the fourth one, the very special one, is teaching and coaching. Because teaching and coaching is very much important. It is not just about learning. It is about learning, applying, and sharing your knowledge. Learn, apply, and share. And that is what we also do in our programs. That is what I also did. I first learned, I then applied it worked for me, and we shared it. So that not just me, but we can help others also experience this transformation, as it is extremely important. So these are your 4 key secrets to these 5 outcomes. If you want your child to get these 5 outcomes, you need to work effortlessly on these 4 key secrets. You need to understand the power of these 4 key secrets. How many of you have understood these 4 key secrets? Type in you in the chat box. You again. All right. Now I'm going to be sharing with you a little wish list. Thank you everyone for typing in you. Now I'm going to be sharing you this wish list, and you need to type in me. Just type in me if you want your child to achieve all these things in the wish list. You want your child to increase their focus and concentration, reduce their high screen time, boost their brain memory power, fall in love with learning or studies, enhance their self-confidence, learn the Rubik's Cube, then improve their social skills, patience, level up their speed, improve communication skills, get rid of hyperactive behavior, remove fear of speaking. If you want all these to if you want your child to achieve all these things in the wish list, type in me. Yep. Okay. No one. You don't want your child to achieve these things in the wish list? Okay. You do. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great. So let us move on to what we have in store next. So now, what I'm going to be sharing with you is this. What if your child is able to solve the Rubik's Cube? Let me explain you the power of the Rubik's Cube. If you see this Rubik's Cube as a toy, as a puzzle, that you can easily learn it, not just this cube. If you see any other cube as just a puzzle or a toy, it is not. It is a mental sport. It is a sport, all right. It is a mental sport, and there are chances of it for going to Olympics as well. I've discussed it with people. So now, if your child is able to solve the Rubik's cube, then what will happen? They will enhance their brain and memory power, increase their self confidence, increase their focus and concentration, reduce their high screen time. Okay. Yep. Okay, sorry. Reduce their high screen time, fall in love with learning or studies, improve patience, increase speed, improve logical thinking and cognitive abilities, and other things as well. This will happen if your child applies these four key secrets and learns the Rubik's Cube. But applying these four key secrets is basically the major point. Okay, so there is a quote that I would like to share with you all, and that is, behind every young child who believes in himself today is a parent who believed first. And this quote is said by Matthew Jacobson, and this quote clearly tells us that any child you see today who is successful, who is doing extremely well, is because of their parent, is because of a mentor, is because of a parent who supported them to do that. Okay, how many of you have seen this video called this movie called Matilda? If you have seen this movie called Matilda, type an M in the chat box if you have seen this movie called Matilda. And if you've not seen it, is absolutely fine, don't worry at all. Okay, Ananthi has seen it. Okay, great. So now, in Matilda, what happens? There is this young, cute girl called Matilda who is a very smart girl, and she loves reading books. Right? She loves reading books. But her parents, on the other hand, they are not at all supportive. They are like कि भाई टीवी देखो, तुम टीवी देखो, तुम मजे करो. We are already a very rich and a wealthy family. We do not need to read. We do not need to study. They did not even put her to a school. They did not even know her age or her birthday. Bhai, I have watched this movie more than 50 or 60 times, so many times, right? And I love this movie so much. And yes, I love this movie so much. And I would recommend you all parents to watch it with your kids if you have not already watched it. So Matilda gets this teacher called Miss Honey. Miss Honey, cute name, right? Miss Honey. And she is Matilda's role model. She is the one who supports Matilda. And she is the one. Now, I don't know what happens in Matilda's future, but I'm pretty sure now that Matilda's got a mentor like her teacher, a guardian like her teacher, who always believes in her, who always supports her, and who always shows her the right path, she will definitely be successful. She will definitely be able to become a very good person. And that is what actually shows. If you know about Like Nastia is the biggest kid YouTuber in the world. She has more than 100 million subscribers on YouTube, and her parents are the reason why she is so. Then we've got My Miss Anand. Her bua is the reason why she is at 13 million subscribers today on YouTube, and a really successful teenager today. Ayu and Piyusho, their family, their parents were the reason why they started their YouTube channel and why they are so successful today. Then Aditya Shukla, he has a wonderful and a very funny Instagram account, and he has more than 1 million followers on his Instagram. His parents were the ones who supported him in his journey. That is Jivansh Jadeja. His parents are the ones who helped him become the international chess player, sub 25 cuber, Rubik's Cube coach, cricketer. Then we have Karnik Jain, who is a spectacular sub 10 cuber, won lots and lots of medals and awards, an awesome communicator. And his parents are the reason why he has achieved so much. Prisha Agarwal, who is not just the Cube female national record holder, but recently she's also become the 5 by 5 Rubik's Cube female national record holder just at the age of 10 or 11. Can you imagine that? 10 or 11. Her mom is the reason for her success. Like that, you can also be a hero parent for your child and be the reason for your child's success as well. Now, why do you need to stop? Sorry, really sorry. Why do you need to start taking action to limit your child's technology time immediately? Is because this is basically the process of building habits. Okay, so this is the process of a human, how they build habits. So first a human likes something, then they want to do it again and again, and their mind does not get to know whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. And then the child realize as he or she grows up, oh my god, I have become addicted to bad things. The same thing happened with me for nail biting. I started nail biting when I was 6 years old. I knew it was bad, but I did it again and again and again and again. It became a habit till today. I'm not able to stop it. Till today, I'm addicted to it and I eat my nails. And you know how much of a bad habit it is. But why wait till all these bad habits of your child's excess improper use of technology, other things, if they grow big, they will totally be impossible to break them. So that is why it is important to take action immediately, right now. कल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब, उसके आगे मुझे नहीं आता, तो अगर किसी को आता है तो प्लीज चैट में लिख दो. तो yeah, so what was I saying? So definitely you need to start taking action today, and you need to become a hero parent for your child and take action right now. Take immediate action to limit your child's technology time, to increase your child's focus, so that later on your child does not have trouble. Later on, your child will be completely with these 5 outcomes and will be excelling and will be doing awesome. Superb. And you as a hero parent need to take action today for this to happen. All right, so now I would like to hand it over to my dad to take the webinar further. But before that, I would like to ask you all, how many of you are ready to be that hero parent for your child? Type in HP. And I think Sirisha has already become that hero parent. ओके, थैंक यू श्रीराम. पल में पढ़ले हो, पाले होएगी, बुरी करेगा.
काबिल लीव इट. पढ़ले पल में पढ़ले होएगी, बहु भी करेगा कब. You need to learn more Hindi, I guess.
Yes, I need to learn.
So वो man वो मतलब I mean what a session it was. I think Kabil shared a lot of insights and valuable information. So I would just request people who are still there, you know, what till this time they are here in the webinar, they should definitely turn on their video so that we can interact with each other, we can talk, or maybe we can see each other. Because I think you have got a lot of good information, I believe, if that values. So before moving forward, how many of you have any kind of question or want to share anything, who wants to speak, can raise their hand if you want. Does anyone here want to talk about anything or talk about any issues or anything which they have any relatability, you know, in the topics we have discussed, we have talked about? Anyone? I'm sure that you guys have submitted your registration form with some challenges and expectations also. I think it's time you should also speak up. You have seen Kavya, you know, speaking for so much time. So I think one must speak out and share things, isn't it? So is there anyone before I move forward? That how does Cuber Success Academy help you in? Does anyone want to know that how can we achieve whatever outcomes which Kavya has talked about, where how you see Kavya basically performing and all those things? Does anyone have any curiosity to know about that? How can they achieve? How can they do such things? How can they help their child and in succeeding going forward? So I think it is ma'am. I don't know whether you're a ma'am or sir, but your name is mentioned like N. So may I know your name, or maybe you can retype your name in the participants. You are writing that my son is 10-year-old. He's having mood swing problem, not able to handle sometimes. Okay, Nidhi. Okay, yes. Hi, Nidhi. So would you like to turn on your camera as well, Nidhi, if you are comfortable? And so he's having mood swings. I think mood swing is a very common thing. It's, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure whether you consider it as like a problem or a kind of, going forward upbringing or, the way they are being raised and all that things. So I think it is quite natural, but I'm not sure whether you see it as a problem. Is it a problem for you, ma'am? My daughter, 8-year-old, she did not concentrate studies how to solve this problem. So I think it's a concentration problem. I maybe you have got some value which Kavya has also discussed it. How can you build concentration level? In our academy, we have noticed and we have tried to add, and we have seen results as well, where we basically teach, we focus on a philosophy of one skill, building one skill. Because even in if you look at the adults who are grown ups like us and only, you will find that we have done so many things in our childhood which does not matter as of now. We have developed certain skills, we have learned a lot of skills, but they are not of any value to us when we are grown up. So I think the reason for that is that we have not completed the cycle of developing a particular skill. You know, we believe that the cycle completes when you learn, apply, and become a master at it and go deeper into it in a particular subject in one skill, rather doing so many things and become a jack of all trades and do not stay at the surface level. There are many people who are at the surface level. So that is where the competition is. But as you go deeper into a particular subject, you become basically specialized. So if you are able to correlate it from a surgeon to a physician, a physician, there are so many physicians you will find it, but you will hardly find, you will I mean, you will find rare surgeon, very few. That is why they come to the specialist category, and that is why you are ready to pay a lot of money also to surgeons because they are rare, they're scarce. So whatever is less, whatever is unique, whatever is, whatever has a scarcity, that the demand will always be high if the supply is less, isn't it? So one should always aim for building maybe one or two skills initially until even in the business also it says that you focus on one thing at a time. You don't do too many things in a business. Once you become bigger in one category, then you basically start other diversifying and adding more things into it. So it is better to become a whale in a pond rather whale in a sea kind of thing, right? In a big sea. So it is better to be a whale in a pond rather being a fish in a pond, right? Because there are so many fishes already there. So just to be different, you have to put your all the energy and efforts, or maybe in the children's, you have to inculcate this habit of doing and doing things deeper, understanding the subject deeper, only one thing. And we believe that Rubik's cube could be one of the skills which can be developed, that can also create learning interest in them, because many times kids are not willing to read through textbooks, and you know that the even the schooling system is also going to revamp and all these things, because there is always a question mark till now also, that the way schools are being operating, they are not adding much of value. But since the system is improving and all that, we are seeing a lot of changes as well. But the changes have to be done from the house and also from the home as well, because most of the time, maximum time, kids spend at home or in school. Correct? I hope everyone would agree with that. So so we have a philosophy of building one skill at a deeper level. We encourage parents to invest their time and money into building one skill, rather, putting their children into so many other things and diverting their mind and expecting a lot from them. I think building one skill and getting five outcomes. And Kavya, can you show that thing, the five outcomes, wala, sheet?
Yes. So
Which textbook best for child? I think, as I am mentioning here about, upskilling on focusing on one skill to build a focus, this is what we are talking about. I'm not sure that, what subject you are talking about, which textbook best for kids, but I think it's a very generic question. It's not a very specific question, so I'm not sure I can answer this, Ananti. So by five outcome, by focusing on one skill, what I mean is that when you are upskilling yourself in one thing, for example, let's suppose your child get mastered in Rubik's cubing. For example, Kavya is there. Kavya is mastered in Rubik's cube. So Kavya can speak because she has gone through the training and everything. She knows the tricks, and she knows the minute things of Rubik's cube, because she has gone through the journey. She is able to speak about it. And when you know everything, when you're not at the surface level, you are able to speak because you have that confidence. You have achieved something out in it, and you have put a lot of time. For mastering one skill, you have to invest approximately 10,000 hours. And those people who are able to do it, only those people have the focus. Like you can see a lot of businessmen, entrepreneurs, and all those people, we basically name them like Bill Gates and all those. They all do a lot of readings and all that. So they put focus, and they put their time in so much reading and all those things. So they develop that focus thing, right? So by just upskilling yourself in one thing. So for example, if you are just reading more about, how learning about speed cubing or cubing, so you are basically putting your time and efforts into learning something of your interest, where your interest is. And that is how you are also inculcating a habit of reading and writing as well. So with just one skill, you can have multiple outputs. But what we try to do as a parent is that, we put themselves in maybe outdoor activities also, indoor activities also. A lot of things get mixed. So that is why they are not able to focus and create multiple outcomes out of one thing. So this is one insight which we have, found in the education system, and that is what our philosophy is. That with us, basically, by upskilling in one thing, by digging deeper into one thing, they become confident communicator as well. Our students or our learners, whom we call warriors as well, and ninja as well, and legends as well. For example, you are seeing Kavya as a legend, and there are other learners also who are in the legend category and the warrior category. They become confident communicators because they are able to speak about it, one thing. And as they keep doing it again and again and again, they become better, which also helps them in doing other things also better. For example, if it is maths, also science, also, and other things. The problem is not the maths or science or anything. The problem is the interest or the habit or the efforts they can put in, right? The focus one. And at the same time, they can become speed cuber, smart reader, content creator also, because you have the skill in your hand, you are able to create content, and the content can be created in many ways. Like Kavya also shared, creating videos. And then you can write also, you can write blogs, you can write articles. In many ways, you can write about it. If you ask your child to write something of his interest, rather writing about mathematics or science where his interest is not there, then how can he learn about, writing an article? Maybe he wants to write an article, he or she wants to write an article about something of her interest. So I think that should be there. And rather, we should focus on that thing, right? So this is what you know, the philosophy part of this, the pedagogy part of this teaching pedagogy. I think, Kavya, can you just move on to the what does Cuba System Academy can help you? So I'll
Yes.
just take you through. I think it's we just have to close the program, close the webinar very soon now, maybe in 10-15 minutes. So I'll just cover the part first of all. So first of all, I would like to know from you all, whosoever is there, how many people have still have got interest in learning more about the program? That how does Cuber Success Academy help you? Does anyone want to know about the program? Then only I move forward. Otherwise, I think you have got a lot of value, which is the main thing of the program, main thing of the webinar which you want to give. Anyone who wants to know about the program? If there is no one, I think we can close the webinar and we can just call off the day. Sirisha says me. I think I'm not sure whether it is the same Sirisha, but I think Sirisha, I think you are already one of our members of the community, correct? Are you the same Sirisha or a different one? Are you already the warrior program?
Same, same.
Okay. Same, same. So I think she's already a member of our community, Warriors community. So her son is going through it, husband. So would you like to say something, ma'am, on here? Would you like to speak something or no about the program? How is it going and all that? Any feedback from your side? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, right now, no, no problem. So we have got Ananti, we have got Shriram, and we have got what about others? Archana, Kritika. You don't want to know about the program going forward. Are you not interested? So what is this excellent for? Is it a feedback or what? Okay. Okay, let's move forward. I think still we have got some people who are interested in knowing about the program. So let's move forward. How does Cuba Success Academy help you in this is? I have told you the four levels of the Cuba Success Academy in the beginning. So I'll not be covering that part. I am just coming to the Warrior program. So Warrior program basically it's a 90 days, 3 months kids memory booster boot camp, right? Challenge or boot camp. It's a beginner intermediate level, which I've told you earlier as well. What do we cover in this is uh, what do you get in the boot camp is the inclusion number one is that the group coaching and mentoring of four primary cues, that is 3 by 3, 2 by 2 pyramids and skew, which is in this group coaching and mentoring we it's a live basically live session 1 to 2 hours twice a week live session. That means two live sessions per week into 12 weeks is equal to 24 live sessions. 2 to 4 hours of live sessions per week into 12 weeks is equal to 24 to 48 hours of live coaching and mentoring you are getting as inclusion one. Now, recordings of all the sessions will be accessible from the online school as well, which can be accessed from any device, mobile or laptop, anytime and anywhere. So once you are onboarded, you will be getting the access to the online school. It is a learning management system, LMS, where you will be given the access and you can access the recordings also. But you are also supposed to join live as well. Okay. The next inclusion is, so there are, I hope it is clear, there are 24 live sessions, okay, spread into 3 months. So every week you can say two sessions are there, live session, which whose recording also will be given to you through the LMS. There are already pre-recorded online courses through which you can start your learning journey as well. Your kid 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube Mastery in a pre-recorded online course where you can see Kavya has recorded the course, how in the way you can learn in a structured way. You can learn how to solve 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. Okay, and there are other courses as well along with this. Okay, like Cuber Success Model 1.0. So that is the inclusion number two, where you are getting this thing. And you will get access to more courses applicable in this challenge as and when they are uploaded. Okay. Next is inclusion number three is cube heads community, lifetime access to online community. For example, right now you have, I am not sure, I have also shared the link to the cube heads admirers community. Those who have not joined, they can join it since it is free. I am just copying it here again. You can check in your text box, chat box. Even you might have received the message in your WhatsApp app also, correct? So you can join this community because there are lots of content which is being published by Kavya and other Cubase legends as well, and on different topics. It is not just cubing only. There might be certain other topics as well. And as the community is growing, there would be more people who would be adding the content, so it's a free access to you. You can avail benefits out of it. Also, this community is a one-stop hub for cubers, speed cubers, national record holders, cubing experts, cubing aspirants, parenting coaches, trainers for skill development in kids, enthusiasts and beginners, and all those things. So it is that community. Okay, we want to make it a global community. Okay, can you move? Then we have got no, this not one. You can move forward. It's a FB VIP community. So Cubehead, basically, why we have kept this name Cubehead is a symbol and representation of a preteen developed with or aspiring to build the following characteristics and traits. So we are focusing more on the characteristic building following characteristics and traits. So it is not that you are learning Rubik's cube. Basically, you are building characteristics like focused, self-confident, active brain and memory power, performer, agile, fast learner, active listener, motivated, compassionate, empathetic, team player, all these things, right? So we are focusing more on building these characteristics and traits. Okay. So that is what cube heads represent. So if anyone is becoming a cube head, uh, you can see that these characteristics are there. Okay. Kavya, can you move on? Inclusion number four is that you get one t-shirt merchandise of cube heads with the following messaging: cube heads warriors, or I am a cube head. Okay. So this would be printed in the t-shirt. Then we have got certificate of completion and achievement that will also be given. Inclusion number six is information and assistance for cubing competition across India and global from organizations like DCA, WCA, CFI. DCA is Delhi Cubing Association. WCA is the largest organization in the cubing, World Cubing Association. And then we have got Cube Federation of India. So even Kavya has been the guest of honor in Delhi Cubing Association as well. So we'll be providing the information assistance as and when you are ready for the competitions, when your child is ready for the competition for that, right? So we can you move on. Who likes to have bonuses? Is no I think is anybody interested in how so far how did you find the program inclusions and all that? Then I'll come to the bonuses part. Does it how did you find the inclusions in the program? Like we've added four cubes and other things. And as I mentioned that it is basically upskilling one thing will bring five outcomes that we are focusing more on the content creation part and the communication part also and all those things. So who liked that part, the inclusions part? Does it make does it make it interesting for you? And do you want to know more about the bonuses? So let me cover the bonuses part as well now. Kavya, can you move to the bonuses? So as bonuses, we are offering you bonus number one is Kavya's bag of short stories, which Kavya has also talked about. That is the debut book. And then we have got algorithms and assignments, which is basically the textbook for 3 by 3. Okay, so even your child, as we want to encourage children to read also, so they can also learn while reading as well. So we are focusing on all the aspects of learning, right? Then we have got the bonus number two is 30 minutes one-to-one clarity session where you can share your feedbacks or doubts or anything during the boot camp. You know, the boot camp is for 3 months. So you can also come up with any clarity session. It can be with any of our legends or coaches, right? Anybody, and I think nobody is interested in the bonuses part. Is anybody interested in the special bonus part? Who likes to have a special bonus? Who is interested in the warrior program as of now? Who wants to know more about the special bonus part of the this boot camp, warrior boot camp? So the special bonuses, I'm just revealing it right now. The special bonuses, Kapi, can you move? The special guest coaching sessions, minimum three on-demand special guest coaching and subject matter expert sessions from cubing experts, parenting coaches, nutrition coaches. So there are many people. There are other, for example, Aryan Chhabra is on our panel. Aryan Chhabra is a national record holder who can basically come and take the guest coaching session. Then we have got Kunalu. So these are basically celebrities from the cubing world. Okay, so they are the achievers, high performers, and we have got Karnik Jain. It is not that we have above 20 only in our panel, but we have got even under 20, under 15 also in our panel. So because we want to encourage more and more children to become coaches, because that is our ultimate level, the legend level at a very younger age. So Karnik Jain is also a sub 10 speed cuber, very high performer, very high energy, and he's an awesome communicator also. Kavya has done a podcast also with him. You can if you have joined the admirers community on Facebook, you will also get access to the podcast as well. Okay. So this is Karnik Jain, and then we have got Prisha Agarwal also. She is also a very young 11-year-old speed cuber. She is a female national record holder also. And she is also in our panel for guest coaching and teaching purposes. Jivan Deja. So all of you, all of these people whom I am going through, you can consider them as CubeHeads legends, okay, in our community. So Jivan Deja is also coach Cuber international chess player, sub 25, right? So he is also in our panel. So when your child is basically, seeing a lot of high performers and getting connected with such a community, automatically the effect starts appearing and the transformation starts coming, because when kids see other kids also doing it, they also want to do the same thing. They also get that energy. Divya Chabra. Divya Chhabra has been the mentor for Kavya as well. She's also in our panel for guest coaching and all that things, right? Then we have got Ritu Jain is an ADHD expert. We have done some webinars, previous webinars, where Ritu Jain has come and spoken also about the ADHD and other issues. So she's also in our panel where you can have a one-to-one also with her, or 30 minutes one-to-one clarity session also, right? So these are all some of the names which I have shown you are in our panel for cube heads, under cube heads. Okay. So that was all about the Memory Booster Kids Memory Booster Bootcamp 90 days warrior program. I'll just reiterate everything. Inclusion number one is group coaching and mentoring of four primary cubes, 3 by 3, 2 by 2 pyramids and cubes, value 10,000 rupees. Because when Kavya learned cubing, then we have paid 2,500 rupees per cube. Okay, so here we are including all the cubes into one. this thing, one package, one program. Then we have got inclusion number two, pre-recorded online courses. We have felt that just live sessions are not enough. So we have also recorded the courses so that they can learn according to their own speed and pace, valuing 5,000, right? And then we have got, I'm just repeating all those things, reiterating the things. Lifetime access to online community, Cubed valuing 5,000. And this is the value, not the cost part. Okay, so don't misunderstand this thing, that it is the cost for this individual cost. This is the value of all the things. One t-shirt merchandise of Cubed with the following messaging, value 2,000. And then we have got inclusion number five, a certificate of completion achievement valuing 1,000. So total value of all these things inclusions comes to 23,000. And then we have got more inclusion, information and assistance, inclusion number six, valuing 2,000. So overall, including bonuses, if you will include bonuses, you will find a complete package value, complete warrior program value of 35K. Is anybody here able to guess that, what should be the cost for the whole boot camp? What should be the cost? What do you think would be the actual cost you would be willing to pay for this boot camp? Just type in and just being honest with me and just share your feedback on how did you like the program? Does it fulfill your requirements? Does it fulfill your, what you are expecting out of it? Just mention that, or maybe if you could mention what would you be willing to pay for this type of program and whether it is beneficial for you or not. Kavya, can you move on to the next slide where what can you aspire?
Yes.
So out of this program, you can basically what can you aspire? You must be wondering that, at the end of the program or during the program, what can you aspire? So an aspiring learner who would join this program can aspire or aim to get one t-shirt merchandise of Qubits with the following messaging: Qubits Warrior and I am a Qubit. Be able to get a certificate of completion and achievement, become a better communicator, be able to solve four Rubik's Cube, 3 by 3, 2 by 2 pyramids and skew, call himself herself a Qubit Warrior, be a lifetime member of the Qubits community, memorize 20 plus algorithms, become a self-confident, fast, motivated, and focused learner, be able to develop the three P's: patience, perseverance, and problem solving, be able to participate in several cubing competitions and achieve awards, medals, trophies, be able to develop a positive mental attitude and develop maximum characteristics of a cube head. Okay. So that is all what you can aspire for in this. Now, I'll just be revealing this thing, the cost for this program, but I have not received any feedback from any of you that how much you should be billing for this program and how much you have seen the value in it, what you are expecting. Do you think that your child will get trained better out of this program? Just give your feedback, yes or no, or anything. Or if anybody want to come, have any questions, want to speak. So I'll just allow participants to unmute themselves and speak. So if you want to speak, you can come up with your questions as well if you have before I reveal the pricing. Does anyone have any questions?
Um,
Shriram, Nidhi, Kritika, Chitra, Ananti, anyone who's out there? Nobody has any questions. I hope you are going through the whole program. You must be having some questions, or whether you want to join or not. Anything. I think there has to be some question, or it is just you are confused, taking, and taking, but no question. So, okay, okay. So it is good that Ananti has given her feedback. Okay. So let me just reveal the pricing to it. Okay. So the original pricing to it is 9,999, which we believe is the costing for this. Okay. But since we have the webinar ongoing and we have a boot camp. So I think I'll be offering you another better price to it since nobody has given pricing feedback. Kavya, can you move on? So there is an action bonus which I want to offer to all of you. If you take action now, okay, I'll be revealing the pricing after discount with in this webinar only. For this webinar, you'll be getting the instant access to the pre-recorded courses if you sign up now. Okay. And for signing up now is Kavi, can you move on the next slide? So the sign up price right now is not 9,999, it is 4,999. So you can see that the program, the warrior program, which is valuing 35,000 in value, okay, and priced at 9,999, you are getting it at 4,999 as of now. And it is for a limited time till this webinar ends. I want to know from you if anyone wants to join now. Okay, since I think there is a lot of value and in the admirers category, you have already got a lot of value. I think it is time to take action. If anybody wants to take action right now, which I really wish that you should take it, and I would highly encourage you to take it if you really see your child, becoming the legend, starting the path to become the legend, as you can see Kavya out there, and there are other people also which I have shown you. So here is the QR code and the UPI ID. Also, you can make the payment right now just to onboard yourself. There are there is a boot camp which is already going on as of now, started from October beginning, and then we basically conduct 4 boot camps every year, every 3 months. So it is not like that this type of program happens every now and then. Okay. So I'll just move on with the testimonials part. There are some, so what people say, you can listen to it. If anybody has any questions or anything want to speak, you can come in between, or you can just take that QR code or something. You can make the payment if you want to join the program.
Friends, this is a jumble cube, and today I'm going to solve this cube, and this is made only possible from getting teachings from my teacher Kavyamohindroo. So let's get started. The whole cube is solved! And thank you Kavya Didi to make me up till this level that I can solve the whole cube now.
My name is Siddhakar, and today in this video we are going to solve these 2 remaining corners. If I do a U, then my whole cube will be solved. Yes! My whole cube is solved. Thank you, Kavya Didi, for teaching this whole Rubik's cube, how to solve it and how to solve its corners. Thank you so much, Kavya Didi, that I can thank you enough. Thank you so much.
So before
So
moving
has anybody taken any decision so far? Because we are going to just close off call of the day for today's webinar. So there is not much time left. You can avail this offer. And once this webinar is over, I think you all would also be getting a link a message to your WhatsApp also for submitting the feedback to the webinar. And upon submitting the feedback, you will also be getting the ebook as well. So you should definitely avail that. We're offering it free, and we basically give a lot of thanks to attending the webinar, spending a lot of time and understanding all the things, listening to all the things which Kavya has shared, a lot of insights, and this is really value to us. This is really valuing to our mission as well. And we really feel that those who are attending till the end of the webinar, they are really serious and they should definitely pursue the next levels, the 4 levels which we have. You are currently at the admirer level. You should definitely put your child into the warrior and then attempt for ninja and then make them Cupid's legend. Who knows that, after 2 years or 1 year or maybe 1.5 years from now, if you have become a part of Cupid's Academy, right? um, your child can become a Cubit's legend and sitting at the position of Kavyon, right? Speaking. So I think you would be very delighted to see your child like that, isn't it? Am I saying anything wrong here? Am I aspiring anything wrong for you guys? Maybe you can correct me if your aspirations and your problems are different. So it will help us to, reevaluate our program and everything. So, I would like to know, I think the last, Kavin, you have, I think, couple of more slides to share, right? So we will just close it off in maybe 3 minutes. Kavin, can you just start? Okay, I'll start the timer and we will close it off in 3 minutes. Okay, you can
Um,
continue.
Because cube, I can solve the whole cube.
Thanks to Kavya's parents, who did so many efforts. First of thing, in this scenario, we don't have a single minute for anyone, but Kavya has spare a very big time for all of us. A big thanks to you. And I have seen all the classes. I have attended, in fact, all the classes. She never gets irritated. Any child can ask question anytime. In fact, we get irritated. What is this a line now? But she never feels irritated. And she is really a great mentor for her. And a big thank you to you. Even I can solve the cube. From the last 2 years, I bought for her Alina, but now today she can solve the cube, and I am really very happy.
Hello everyone. I solved the whole cube.
Kavya's Rubik Cube has a name of its own. I've enrolled my child Kunshkara in her course. Not only he got the certificate, but he has increased his memory power, concentration power, imagination power, and this Rubik Cube, solving the cube, increase the finer muscle development of the child. This is the only thing which you can carry easily in your bags too while you're traveling. As instead of giving a mobile to your child, give a cube to your child. As you know that the cube is bringing so many positive in your child's life. Kavya's Rubik Cube was an amazing experience for my child. In fact, I have twins. One of my child is able to do the things so nicely.
Wow.
The other one has little, things with her milestones. But she also got so much interested that she's also trying to solve it. So that's the beautiful thing, to increase the memory power, concentration power, and imagination power. And the best thing to avoid the screen time.
all right. So thank you so much for joining the webinar and staying till the very end of the webinar. We hope you found it valuable and learned something out of this webinar. So if you are ready to take action, this is the QR code and this is the UPI ID, so you can make the payment over here.
So the timer is, I think, on, and we have got just 1 minute left. Okay.
Yep.
So Chitra, you are there? Are you willing, or you have any questions since you are here? You want to ask anything?
Mhm.
Okay. So I think Chitra is also not ready for now to join. So maybe we can close off for the today's session. Okay. So thank you, Chitra. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye bye. Have a good day.